Hello, this is all about my Super Mario Land ROM editor called Land Forger. It allows you to edit all levels of the game, and it also allows you to edit things like enemies, pipes and power-ups. This is the main screen that you will see when you start the program and load the Super Mario Land ROM file. So this part here allows you to choose the level you want to edit. This part here, this drop down, allows you to choose the screen of the level, and you can also edit the screens here, which I'll show you now. So this is the first bonus room. So this is the first screen in the game this is the first screen of the first level, and if you click on the next screen you'll see the second bonus game, or bonus room rather. So the bonus rooms are always the first two screens in for each level, apart from the levels that don't have bonus games or bonus rooms. So in order to get to the first screen of the first level, you have to click on the third screen, and you'll probably recognise this. So I'm just going to quickly show you how to edit a screen. All of the objects that you can place onto a level are here, and they change depending on the world that you're looking at. So I'm just going to add a few blocks. There you go, just added another pyramid. And you can also add more than one object at a time by using these options down here. So this is the full horizontal line, and then you've got the full vertical line. I'm going to undo that because otherwise you wouldn't be able to get past. Because the reason I say that is because this screen is used multiple times throughout the level, for example here. So once Mario gets up to here, he wouldn't be able to get past, so you have to bear things like that in mind. So I'm going to undo that. I can't now because I've changed screen. So I'm going to delete these. So this box here indicates the what will happen when you press the left button, and this one indicates what will happen when you press the right button. So let's get rid of a few of those, and that will allow Mario to get past here now. Okay, so there's 4x4, which obviously does that, and then 8 times 8, and then you've got the horizontal line of 4, and then the vertical line of 4. And then you can, if you want to use the eraser, you can assign it to either the left or the right button. As you can see, it's already on the right button. You can clear the whole screen, so that will just delete everything, and you can undo the last thing you've done. The red square here indicates the starting position of Mario, so you can see that this will appear on every level. And in the bonus rooms you will see where he will start, so you don't want to put anything around here that will block him from falling down. So he always starts in the same place in the bonus rooms and at the start of the level, as you can see. So I'm now going to show you the screen manager. Well, there's various parts of the screen manager. This is obviously the layout of all the screens, and this first tab here allows you to reorder the screens, and you can also replace screens with other screens. So for example, if you didn't want this screen here, you could replace it with this one, for example. There you go. Obviously this enemy here will be trapped, so you'll need to move that one. This so I'll just do that now to show you actually. So this is screen 6, as you can see here, so you can find this Nukabon on screen 6, and take off the hard attribute so that he always appears, and we'll just try and place him on the top here by changing the Y property. And there you go. And you can also, when editing enemies, you can change the screen that they're on, and you can change their horizontal and vertical coordinates within a screen, and you can also change the type of enemy. So I'll change this enemy here, which is this one. I'm just going to move him up a bit. Yes, one more. No, that's not right. It's something you need to get the hang of, really. So it needs to be A, which is there, but also needs to be this Y drop down also to some extent controls the horizontal position, because you can sort of fine tune where an enemy will be. So if I wanted to move one to the right, I need to choose 4A, I believe. No, that's half a square to the right, so it's 8A, and that would be one whole square. There you go. But since I wanted to change it, I'm going to change it to an enemy that's used in World 1 and World 4. Can't find it now. This one. So you probably recognise this from World 1 and this one from World 4. They're both actually the same enemy, but they just use different graphics for depending on which world they're on. Some enemies you cannot use. For example, you wouldn't be able to use the this one in World 1 because it would still be in the level, but it wouldn't have any graphics for the world, so it would appear a bit glitched. So you don't want to be doing that. And you can also, when you move a screen, the enemies and everything else on it will move as well. So I'll move this screen 6 up to position 5, and as you can see, those enemies have moved as well. So in terms of the power-ups, for example, there's this mystery block here, which is this one. For mystery blocks, you can only specify a horizontal coordinate. So a mystery block placed anywhere within this column will be affected. So you can move this up, and it won't change the way it works or anything. So I can change this from being a super mushroom to being a star. So a star will now come out of that rather than the mushroom. And this actually lists all of the power-ups within the game, so that you can take power-ups from the next level or any level, and if you wanted to use more on one level and less on another, you can decide how you want to do that. And then you can change the screen that this applies to as well. So if I change this to screen 5, I'd have to place a mystery block in the right place. But it's not only these mystery blocks. If I go down one, you can see that these blocks here can contain objects as well, or power-ups rather. And there's also the hidden block, which I'll show you. So you've got this secret mystery block here. So that will appear when Mario hits it from below, but only if a power-up is assigned to it. So for example, I'll just change this to be screen 1, and then X coordinate of 1. So now this will be a super mushroom. And finally, you've got pipes. Each pipe has an entry and an exit. In the original Super Mario Land game, all the entry pipes and exit pipes are the same, even though it's possible to have different pipes set, one for the entry and one for the exit. And you can also specify the bonus screen that Mario will appear in. So I'm just going to add another pipe and demonstrate that. So this one's going to be the exit. So it's on the same screen, so I don't want to change that. Actually, it's this one here. I don't want to change the exit screen, but I do want to change the X coordinate. Yep, and I need to change the Y coordinate as well, and it needs to be on top of the pipe. There you go. So that's that. Now let's try this level out. So I'm just going to save the level. When saving it, you always LandForge always creates a copy of the ROM to prevent you accidentally overwriting your original Super Mario Land ROM. So that's now saving. So this, when you save, it gives you a summary of what has actually been written. So the level data for World 1 has been written, and it shows that 5,551 bytes have been used out of a maximum of 5,847, so that's something to look out for. It's written the enemy data, power-up data and pipe data, because all of those things were edited. So let's give this a go. There you go. As you can see, everything that we've done is in the level. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you give LandForger a go. I look forward to seeing any levels that people have made with it, and I look forward to reading any comments that you have about it, or any suggestions. Someone has suggested that I add the editing of the title screen, so I might do that at some point. Thanks for watching.